Hey Pisces, welcome to your general tarot reading. So this reading is your spirit messages. We're going to take a look at your shadow, what's going on, what's holding you back, and how you can overcome it. So we're starting out with the Dark Goddess Oracle cards, and I'm actually going to read from the book from it just because there's so much detailed information, and we don't want to skip any of it. So that's what we're going to start with. You have Urzuli. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully I am. And with Prosperity. So here's the book. We're going to start off with who Urzuli is. The archetypal collector of Haitian origin and clever, cunning, and multi-talented, Urzuli managed 3 husbands who provided her with a lavish and luxurious existence. She embodies all ages of the goddess and welcomes offerings of cakes, alcohol, and jewelry in return for protecting or avenging those who suffer at the hands of the greedy, promiscuous, selfish, or irresponsible. This Dark Goddess's guidance to you, Pisces, says, acquiring things in life is not a sin, but to prosper at the expense of others' well-being is to walk a road that grows increasingly impassable underfoot. A life of excess, spending, taking, desiring more and more, comes at a price. It is nice to be adored, to play the field, to have your jar of hearts full to the brim. But Urzuli looks into your soul and sees a far less rosy future if you continue to live without taking responsibility for the people and the things you collect along the way. You will soon be judged for who you are and not what you have. Right now, it might be hard to tell who the real you is, especially under all your stuff. Turn it over to Urzuli now so she can help you sort through the muddle and show you what is really worth hanging on to and how to better take care of it. This Dark Goddess's foresight for you, Pisces, says, avoid borrowing too much money as strings are always attached. A lie is exposed. Time to choose the right person for you and stop stringing others along. Clean out your space and give your unwanted items to a good cause. Recycle more, waste less, be honest in love. A debt must be paid. And then there's this little incantation here for you, Pisces. And it says, success and riches for the taking, excessive action needs forsaking. Clearing out to give away, prosperity will come one day. By the power of the Dark Goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. Now, Pisces, I'm getting here, because this is the shadow, 2 things here. For some of you, you may have acquired too many things. Maybe you're stringing multiple people along. But for other Pisces, I almost feel as though it's the opposite. I see you rising out of the ashes. I almost get like the feel it's like a graveyard is kind of what I get here. And it's almost as if you have given too much. You're constantly giving too much of yourself. So take it as it resonates for you, Pisces. All right, so here we have perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out and common ground. And then here we have the lost star with the number 14, which breaks down to a 5. Rebirth out of the darkness into the light. So I feel like right now, Pisces, you guys are having a massive rebirth. I feel like a lot of your beliefs are changing. A lot of the things that you hold dear are changing. Your perspectives are changing. And that's what Spirit's coming through and saying right now, is that out of the ashes, you're going to rise. I do feel prosperity, abundance coming in for you, Pisces, that are always giving. With the number 14 breaking down to a 5, that is changes, and it's almost like you see these shooting stars going right at her, and it's like she has her back turned them. And that's how I feel you are, Pisces. You're constantly turning your back to abundance and prosperity that is owed to you because you're so busy giving to everybody else here. And Spirit wants you to really take your focus off of constantly giving to everybody because it's depleting you. Zoom out and see that bigger perspective, that common ground. Everything you give comes back, and it's time for you to open up and receive that. Here we have breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And then here we have the Oracle forecast. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. Pisces, I feel like you guys have gotten a lot of intuitive hits lately, almost as if telling you, I hear begging you to start giving to yourself, to start drawing those boundaries and not allowing people to take advantage of you. Also, some of you have been trying to manifest some type of prosperity or abundance or something specific into your life. And Spirit's coming through and saying, the universe doesn't work that way. The universe works on energetic levels. So if you are trying to make your manifestations and micromanage how it comes in or what that looks like, you're never going to be happy. It's never going to feel like that is your manifestation coming true here. Here we have Whale and Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. And then we have the Medicine Woman, heal. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. And I feel like that is absolutely connected to your ability to draw those boundaries. I just feel like you're very cut off from abundance and fulfillment and happiness because you're so focused on everybody else. And that's part of your shadow. You know, sometimes a part of our shadow is not just a negative aspect of ourself or something that is not good. Sometimes our shadow, our ego, kind of overbearing expects us or asks us to give too much of ourselves. And I think that one thing, especially with this Whale and Orca Elders, the frequency of sound, Spirit's asking you to maybe do some meditation work with frequencies and sounds so that you can let go of that guilt that you have when you tell somebody no, when you tell them you don't have the energy right now, or you don't have the money to give them, or you don't have the time right now. Because I feel like you're constantly giving all of the time and it depletes you, and you never have a moment to be able to replenish yourself, your energy, and nourish your soul, your mind, and your heart and body. And Spirit is saying that that guilt is the ego. That's part of the ego here, okay? Constantly giving too much. And Spirit wants you to change that here. And you can do that through meditation, through self-affirmations, and releasing that burden of guilt for drawing boundaries. It's okay to say no if you don't have enough. It's okay to say no if you don't have the energy. And Spirit really wants you to zoom out and see the higher perspective. Like, what's going to happen if you tell somebody no? Is it going to destroy your life? Is it going to destroy their life? No. People are very resourceful, and if one person or one thing tells them no, they always find a way to figure it out. You don't have to constantly be the savior here. You don't have to always be the one. And I'm hearing, but if I don't, then nobody else will. But how would you know that if you've never said no? As I said before, people are very resourceful, and now is a time for you to nourish yourself, to take care of yourself, to draw those boundaries. And your intuition has been telling you that. So you may be feeling very exhausted or depleted, or feeling like you have a lack of abundance or fulfillment in your life. And that's because you never take that time to replenish yourself, to allow these blessings to come into you. Your back is turned to them because you're so focused on giving to others and helping the universe. Now is a time for you to zoom out and realize the higher perspective here. The bigger perspective is, if you say no, the world is not going to come crashing down. Maybe somebody will get mad at you, but how does that impact your life? How does that impact your health and, you know, your energy here? If you don't have the time, you don't have the time. You don't have to always say yes. You don't always have to have that helping hand. And that's what Spirit's trying to say, is there's this shift that needs to happen out of the darkness into the night. That number 5, the lost star, there's a rebirth happening here. Spirit wants you to hold a higher frequency, and you can't do that as long as you're depleting yourself, helping or giving to others constantly without fulfilling yourself back up. So frequencies are going to be very beneficial for you. You know, self-love affirmations or prosperity affirmations, or, releasing guilt, I highly recommend doing like an inner child meditation healing here, because I feel like a lot of you, this goes back to childhood. It's some kind of mark from childhood that makes you feel obligated to constantly give to others without accepting anything in return. So for some of you Pisces, that inner child healing work is really going to help. But it's time for you to reap those benefits, reap that abundance, that happiness. But you can't do that if you're constantly depleted. So heal yourself through those meditations, those frequencies, those self-affirmations here. And I feel like the rise that you're going to feel in your energy level, in your happiness, in your fulfillment is going to skyrocket. All right, Pisces, that's what I have for you guys today. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I'll see you all next time.